Hello everyone, today I'll be talking about Vinland Saga Season 2. I'm not going to I'm not going to do this based off of notes. It's just going to be based off of memory, and it's going to be things that I like and I didn't like. And yeah, so we're going to get right into it. So first off, spoilers might be ahead of this, so I'm just going to put this now that spoilers might be talked about. But anyway, so we're going to talk about Vinland Saga Season 2. I thought it was absolutely great. I didn't not as much action as season one, but that is because that's the whole point. The whole point is Thorfinn growing up to be a man, and it's not a violent revenge filled story. It's about Thorfinn growing up and moving past the revenge and the hatred, and it's wanting to find peace and harmony for the world. I think that's very beautiful that it changed like that. Because I think for the character of Thorfinn to be one of the greatest characters ever in manga, in anime too. I think that it has to happen. You have characters like Aaron, which started great, and then while the series progressed, he became the villain. And I think that was a necessary thing to keep Attack on Titan interesting. I haven't read the manga, but I hear like it's really good, and Aaron's kind of like this annoying character in the beginning, and then he transfers over to like this villain, and he's like a ruthless villain who doesn't give a shit. And I feel like for Thorfinn, that's how he was in season one, where he was just not say a villain. Well, I mean, I guess he was a villain, but he was just a ruthless, violent kid, and he just wanted to get to the person and kill the person who killed his father. And eventually, and obviously, once he's not even able to take the guy's life that took his father's life. That just makes him feel, in the start of season two, when you meet Thorfinn, you learn to realize that, oh, like, this didn't do anything for him at all. That there was no joy, there was no peace with that. And instead of that, he carries the burdens of all the people, and all the souls, and all the people that he's killed over the years, and all the villages that he burnt down, and everything. And I feel like the way that they showed that off in season two, with his nightmares, and him freaking out, and the scenery of him getting dragged down, I believe it, to hell, or whatever it's called. And I think they call hell, but by like the name of it um in that group. They I think they did such a beautiful job showing that, like, this is war. Like, when he gets dragged down, and this is war. Like, this is where warriors go. And he doesn't even want to be there. He wants to get out, and he wants to find peace, and he wants to find harmony, and bring these people that he's killed, and all his sins. He wants to bring that up, and make these people free. And and I think it's great how they did it. And then you have, and then when King Canute comes, and he goes on the farm, and you have like that little fighting scene, the fight. I thought that was it was great to see Thorfinn go there, because I'm not gonna lie, when he's like, I'm gonna come back, I thought he was gonna fight. But when he goes, and he's like, listen, I'll take 100 blows. I'm gonna take 100 blows just so I can talk to the king. I thought that was the most important part of I think his character shifting, because it shows that he is completely serious. He doesn't want any violence. He literally wants the world to stop with violence, and have love and happiness and peace. and I think that's absolutely beautiful as like a story to tell from this from this boy who was once a violent, vengeful fucking powerhouse of a kid to this loving, big-hearted man who just wants love and everybody to get along. And I think King Kettle, he was a cool character. I think all the characters were needed too. Again, I'm going by memory, so I'm sorry for that. But all the characters that they introduced into season two, they were all needed to progress the character of Thorfinn, because you have the old owner of the farm. He's constantly helping Thorfinn. And then eventually, I believe Snake, he eventually gets to liking of Thorfinn. And then everybody, like that group of people that he meet, and they get along, and he helps. He at the end, he's like, listen, like how can you not stand up for people who helped you? Like I'm doing this, and I'm standing up for this farm because the people of this farm helped me, and they took care of me, and they liked me, and they didn't do anything to me. So this is how you pay it back. You pay back by not doing anything. And I think that's another big shift in a character, because change of him, because usually Thorfinn was just fuck everyone else, go. And now in this season they have him completely changed into where he's his own. He just wants to help. He doesn't want to destroy. He wants to help and make this land where everybody who's a slave or poverty or fighting, or they don't like violence, they can go to it and they can live there. And I think them showing that in season one, and nobody really understanding what it meant. I'm pretty sure people did know, but not really understanding what the father meant. And now Thorfinn comes to the realization of oh, he's talking about a place of peace. He wants to build a peace for people that don't want to deal with this stuff, and they can live knowing there won't be fighting or war or poverty. I think that's absolutely like amazing, and the shift in story and the tone and the characters, everything is just everything I feel like is great, and I feel like that's how you keep a story interesting, and how you constantly change a character, and how you change a character the right way also. I feel like you can change a character, but there are ways to do it lazily and not as good. But I feel like with Vinland Saga, they did it in a way where it was great. The change was necessary to happen to the character, and I think moving forward, it's going to be so interesting, and I'm excited to see the journey that Thorfinn goes on. Because I'm completely rooting for him. I'm not gonna lie. In season one, I was rooting for him, but now I'm definitely rooting for him. But now for the things I didn't like, which is gonna be a little bit backtrack here. But the fighting, I wish we got a little bit more of the fighting. But that's like a little bit of a nitpick thing. I thought the fighting in season one was beautiful. That's kind of the only reason why I wish we had a little bit more. But again, I understand, because the whole point of the season is Thorfinn becoming peaceful and loving. But to be honest, that's really the only thing I really didn't like. I felt like the other king's son was interesting. I felt like the loving son who didn't want to fight, he was awesome. I feel like we're gonna see all these characters eventually back, and if the manga's out, and that is true, I'm not reading it, but just from my suspicions of watching the show, we're going to see all these characters come back, and I feel like that's awesome to bring all these characters full circle again. But that's kind of it. I liked it a lot. I recommend it. If you haven't watched the first season, I recommend watching season one, and then watching this one. It's completely worth it. Some episodes are a little draggy, but other than that, I feel like every episode is meaningful, and it's meant to be there, and you kind of have to watch it, to watch this journey and this character grow. But that's it. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, and yeah, that's it. Peace out. Bye.